Hi, third grade. I'm here today with a very quick lesson on sentences and finding our subjects and predicates. We're also going to touch a little bit on nouns, common and proper nouns. I'm doing this because I noticed in the work that you turned in that you have some confusion about subjects and predicates. And I know we worked a lot on this, but I need you to remember exactly what a subject is and what a predicate is, okay? So I've got a couple sentences here that we're going to work on. The first sentence is, Adrian and Eric emailed me pictures. So in this sentence, you got to bear with me a little bit here because I'm working with a bad hand in writing. We have a subject, and now obviously I'm going to ask and answer the questions. So we have to ask ourselves all the time, who or what is doing the action in the sentence? And that is what our subject is, okay? So if you can't figure that out, then you always have to figure out what the action actually is. So if you don't know who or what, because maybe it's not spelled out exactly, then you can go and figure out what the action is. So in this case, I think we can figure out who or what. And in this case, it's a who, okay? And we know that by this, we can figure out that it's Adrian and Eric. And so we have a compound subject because we have two people in our sentence that are doing something, okay? So this is our subject, okay? So I've underlined our subject. Now, what are they doing is going to be our predicate. Now, there's two ways of looking at a predicate. We can have just our very simple predicate, which is emailed. That's the verb. What are they doing? Emailed, okay? They emailed me a picture, okay? So, or you can do the entire thing, and I'm going to circle it. They emailed me pictures, okay? So these guys emailed me pictures. Got it? All right. So now I have another example, and I have this handy dandy way of doing this to show you. Here we have another sentence. Andrea sent me a fun letter. Andrea sent me a fun letter. So, again, do we know who or what is happening in the sentence? If we do, then we can underline that as being our subject. I wonder who or what did something in the sentence. In this case, I think, again, we know. Andrea did something. That is our subject, okay? Now, what did she do? She sent me a fun letter. This is the simple predicate. This is the entire predicate. She sent me a fun letter, okay? If they ask you, or if I ask you, or if Mrs. McKinney next year asks you for the simple predicate, it's going to just be the verb, okay? What is the action? What is happening in the sentence, okay? If you notice, I have capital letters in these names. Those are proper nouns, right? Also, you notice the periods, capitalization at the beginning of the sentence, periods at the end of the sentence, right? All right, I have one more sentence. The next sentence is, the students are working hard at home. The students are working hard at home. So again, ask yourself the question, who or what is doing something in the sentence? What are they doing? If you can answer those questions, you'll be able to figure out what the subject is and what the predicate is, okay? If we know who or what is doing something, then we can answer the question, what are they doing? So we know the students is our subject. And what are they doing? Are working. Now in this case, we have a helping verb here. This is called a helping verb. Are working, right? You all are working hard at home. That is the entire predicate. Make sense? I would love if you practice that at home. Some of you had a lot of trouble with that paper I sent home the other day. Now, just as a quick reminder, in the, I can't remember if it's in the last packet or this packet coming up, some common nouns and proper nouns. Remember, a common noun is everyday kind of nouns. Remember what a person, place, thing, those are all things that are very concrete, right? You can put a hand on it, you can touch it, you can feel it, right? But they're not anything specific. So a cat, a dog, a baby, apple, a flower as I'm looking outside, a tree, those kinds of things, a person, a girl, a boy. But when we get more specific about those common nouns, then they become proper nouns. And those proper nouns have to be recognized as being proper, okay? Proper means that they are being recognized as being something more than everyday ordinary things. They are special. They are a name. Mrs. Wusky, Sarai, Ureli, Alejandro. Those are not just girl, boy, teacher, okay? South Bend, Indiana. Those are names of special places, specific places. McDonald's, Burger King, all of these kinds of things. Those are names of places. Because they are names of places, then they have to be capitalized, okay? If it's capitalized and if it's specific, then it is proper, all right? You notice that in these sentences, okay? These two sentences have proper nouns in them, but here, this just says the students, okay? Students is not proper because it's not being specific. I'm just saying all students are working hard at home. I didn't name any specific students because I know you're all working hard at home, okay? So there's nobody specific being mentioned, okay? So those two things I wanted really to clarify for you, and hopefully you're working hard on writing your other sentences that I've asked you to write. Okay, remember, when I've asked you to write something, I'm always looking for proper conventions. I'm always looking for you to be writing complete sentences. That means you have to have a subject and you have to have a predicate. You need to tie it together with capitalization, punctuation, good details. Those are all things that we've talked about. If you're answering a question, remember to use your question and answer format. Respond to the question. Mention that question in your response. Don't just say yes. Don't say because, or don't say the pig, or whatever. Answer the question in your response. You know how to do that, and I expect to see that in your responses. So, you know how to do it, and I know that you can do a good job on it. So, that's all for today. I hope to see you on YouTube, and I will check in with you in the next few days. Be good.